Hello! Welcome to another episode of the Dirty Kitchen of Pappy's. Pappy's Dirty Kitchen, yeah! That's the jingle, man. Pappy's Dirty Kitchen, yeah! Okay, that's annoying. But anyway, we're making biscuits, and I'm not prepared for this. I am. I cleaned off the counter as best as I could to start this situation. And I've got the oven on at 450, people. 450 degrees. So let's see if I can do this. I need a big bowl in which I washed up. Let's see if we can do this. A big bowl. A measuring cup. We got a measuring cup, and we need flour. And boy, do I need flour. I don't even know if I have enough for this recipe. You know, I may not. This may be an epic fail. Because I meant to get flour. Yeah, it's going to be close. Whoa. Oh, that was bad. Wasted all over me. There we go. A little hair or something. Alright, let's see. There's one. We might just have enough. I think so. There's two. And we need some left over, friggin'. And there's a half. 2.5 cups, so a little bit more. Alright. It's okay that I get a little flour. Well, not on my jacket and everything. Man. Memories. Alright. We got 2.5 cups of flour. Alright. 2.5 cups of flour, and now we need some baking powder. Where's my baking powder? I see everything. There we go. Alright, so we need, I'm not really sure about this baking powder recipe or whatever, so there's 1 teaspoon, and I like to put two teaspoons, and they're not level or whatever, but 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. And don't use this salt in cheese making. They say you don't want to use iodized, I guess. Alright, so there's about a half teaspoon of salt. Alright. You got that all incorporated. Or divvied out. Now we got to incorporate it. Use a whisk. Use a whisk and incorporate that all into the 2.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and about a half a teaspoon of salt. Alright, now this is when the fun happens, sort of. There's more fun to come, people. Making biscuits has to be fun, or you don't make them. You just buy them in the can, and bang them on your table or whatever, and pop them open or whatever. And those are okay, but they're full of freaking a bunch of bunkness. It's not good for you. All right. So we got that all incorporated. We need a stick of butter, man. A stick of butter. This is my recipe. It's going to be buttery. Alright, we need a stick of butter. We got to divvy this up in slices. Into the mixture. And then we're going to use our butter cutter, man. I don't know if you've ever used one or whatever, but you can mix it by hand, and damn these hooks, man, with arthritic situations. This butter cutter that I'm going to show you to use that I got from my mom, God rest her groovy soul, really helps out with cutting butter. Alright. But you have to cut it literally first before you do the process. Alright. There we go. We got the butter, half a stick of butter cut up. Now we need to cut it in. I have to get my butter cutter in her. Alright, we got that. It's an interesting device. It's simple, but it works. And you sit there and you mash it. You work it. You work the butter. You cut the butter, man. Eventually we're going to use our hands. But in the beginning this helps out a lot. The butter cutter. You may have to scrape it down a few times. But this, you know, if you do baking or biscuits, or you have to cut in butter into flour or whatever, this makes it so much easier. Alright, scrape that off. But like I said, you're going to have to use your hands and get in there. Pretty simple recipe, if you ask me. Just takes some labor and work and gumption and love. Alright. Let's work that. It's cutting in pretty groovy. It's starting to break away from the butter cutter. I'm still going to have to scrape it down again. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Alright, cut that in. Doesn't take too long, but it takes time. You know, anything good takes time. Look at the marriage. Well, I wouldn't know. I've been engaged 4 friggin' times. I'm pretty good at saying I might, but I'm looking. I'm still looking. Alright, anyway, back to cutting in the butter. Alright, I think we got that cut in enough by the cutter. Now, I'm going to use my hands. And cut that up better. You don't want to get it too, you don't want it room temperature or whatever. You want to make sure these clumps of butter or whatever stay cool enough. So hands, you should minimize. Kind of like flaky crusts or anything in French cooking or whatever, French baking with pastries and such. Alright. So we got that. Wash my hands. If you want to see most of my recipes that I've done in picture form, check out the Real Mana page. Yeah. I have a page designated to the finished culmination of my culinary cuisine. Alright, but so now I'm going to add a cup of heavy cream because I got it, or a half a cup. Half a cup. Yeah, let's only do a half cup because we don't need them too rich. Alright, I think I'm doing this right. It's been a while since I've done biscuits. One of my bands was Psychedelic Biscuit. This recipe has nothing to do with that. It's not psychedelic at all. So anyway, I'm going to do a 3/4 cup of milk. So we have a cup of cream and 3/4 cup of milk. We'll see how that incorporates. I'm thinking that should be fine with the 2.5 cups. Based on the time of year and everything too, where things are starting to get hydrated again in storage. Alright, now we need a spoon. Let's start stirring this up. Get it all mixed together, man. It might be a little wet. If it's a little wet, add some more flour or whatever, but I think this is going to incorporate fine. And you're going to have to get your hands in there again. Sorry, people. Get to know your friggin' dough. Get to know your dough. Yeah, this is a little wet. But it'll be alright with rolling it out if you put enough flour out or whatever. And which is the next process. Alright, I'll scrape this up, get all the flour. Alright. Time to get the hands in there and mix it up. And get it into a ball or something like that to work. And add some flour. And then roll out and cut. And then we'll bake it at 450 degrees for about 12 minutes. Spinning at 8 minutes, maybe 14 minutes. Depends on how, I like mine kind of doughy. You know, it depends on how dry you like your biscuit. You know, dry biscuits aren't that groovy, I don't think. Oh no, coronavirus. Alright. So, yeah, let's work this. Oh, this is a groovy dough. It's a little wet. It's a little wet, but it's groovy. And as long as I put down enough flour and everything on here, it should work out alright. Alright. So we need flour. Not much here, man. Put that down, spread it around. Let's see how this adheres to this. Alright, so we got the flour down. We got it all floured. I don't think I need that anymore. Don't need this anymore. My hands are floury. Dusting them off a little bit. Dirty kitchen. Grabbing the friggin' rolling pin. Let's get this ball rolling. Alright. Alright, you don't want this too thin or too thick. You want them all even or whatever. So, there we go. That's about a ½ inch or so. A little, definitely over 1/4. But, got my little ring here. cut out my biscuits. There's one. There's one. And got another. Now I watched the show, Alton Brown. Great show, great guy. And he said the next biscuits I'm going to make is I'm going to take this and ball it up again and combine it. Aren't ever going to be as good as the ones I just got. Well, it depends on how much you work it. Afterwards, I've learned they can be pretty good. You got to work it better. Yeah, they can be pretty good. All right, we'll see if we can get 2 more out of this. And then a dog biscuit. I don't know if you got puppies or anything, but mine love my biscuits. All right, there's one. There's one. Here's one for the dogs. Alright. Yeah, there's one for the dogs. They love them. Homemade dog biscuits, man. Alright. So put this on the cookie sheet. You don't need to add any butter or anything to this. Should bake up and release fine on a good pan. So I guess this recipe with 2.5 cups, based on the thickness we got going on here, made 8 with 1 a dog biscuit. So 7 biscuits for everybody else. Alright. Toss this in the freaking oven for 8 minutes. Ugh. 8 minutes, and then turn it for another 6 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. Check them. Depends on how you like them. All right, I'm gonna clean this up right now. Got some extra flour, man. Didn't mean to waste that much, friggin'. They didn't have any flour at the store because of my Corona. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Oh, I just got flour all over you, Bob. Bob, why are you there? Alright, I gotta wash my hands so I can shut down the show. Because baking, unless you guys want to hang out, you know, hang out. Let's do this. It's Corona time, man. We've got too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. Styx, great band. Alright. So, got my hands washed. I'm so glad I'm making biscuits, because this whole thing is for biscuits and gravy. Sausage, biscuits, and gravy, man. Yeah, I bought the sausage. Nobody seemed to buy all the sausage. They bought all the Jimmy Dean, but not the shit you really cook. You know? Which I found interesting, because it was reasonably priced, and that's way better than, oh, I get all my gloves, man, flour. Alright. So yeah, we're making the biscuits. What do I play? Can I play some Melvin right now? Can I play some Melvin right now and friggin' get away with it? Without it being copyright infringement? This is a show I recorded. Last year we went to and everything, and friggin'. let's see, organize, select all, and I want to play with a different player. Share with, burn with Nero, scan, add immediate. Just let's try, but media hasn't. It didn't play on everything else. Alright, so this is Biscuit waiting music. We got 4 minutes infinite. It's going to go 6 more minutes, people. I hope we have enough music. About time to mix the drink. Feel like a fish out of water. Uh-oh. That's it. 6 more minutes. Let's try that. 4:50. Should be We had a teenage wedding and the clothes were sitting with her. And we see at the end and truly love that it was it. Now they young to them, run the chapel This episode has been brought to you yet once again by Tortilla Silver Tequila, regular margarita. I don't believe that. Also brought to you by Preston. I think he's only going to play this song, but I think I only clicked on one. So I'm going to have to click on another. Maybe it's going to play everything from here on. Oh, it's doing it. Right on. This is such a groovy song, man. There ain't no bread in the bread box, but we're making biscuits. You gotta wait and see the finished product, man. That's the whole point of it. It takes time, man. I don't have the magic of color. I don't have the editors and everything to edit it out. Put it all into one scene. This is legit virus cooking. The waiting is the hardest part. Sorry. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds, and we'll be able to check these puppies out in this video will be done. Wild Thailand, if you're asking. 100% sativa. Alright, what are we at? 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rona. Alright, people. There's our biscuits, man. They came out pretty groovy, man. And there's the dog biscuit in the middle. They're gonna love that. You let these cool down. You know, store them in the fridge. If you don't use them, put them in a Ziploc and store them in the fridge. You know, don't leave them out in the home. They'll last a lot longer in the refrigerator. Just leave them out in the microwave or whatever when you use them. But there we go. There we go. Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Thank you for joining me. Good night.